Hey, what's up, everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm up here in the beautiful Cloudcroft, New Mexico area up in the mountains. And I'm going to be filming an overnighter. Now, if you've been following the last couple of camping trips, I've slowly been becoming more independent as my hand is healing. And last week, I camped alone in an established campsite. This time, I'm out in a wild BLM land. So, dispersed camping area. There's no benches or anything like that, no fire pits. So I'm nice and tucked away out here in the mountains, and I'm going to be making the best of it. But I got to hurry up because we're expecting some rain, and it's already starting to sprinkle. So I got to set up camp. Thank you for joining me. Let's get started. So, tent has been set up. It was much easier to set up the tent today than it was a week ago or even a month ago. So there's definitely, I'm definitely improving with my hand. So that's going to be my home sweet home for the night. Over here, there's this fire pit somebody had made. I'm guessing the locals. And then here's my pack, my very old Hidden Woodsman pack, and that's my cooking pack. So my cutting board, my spices, spatula, all that good stuff's in there. And then over here I have my grill and my Dutch oven. I'm going to be cooking up some taco meat with potatoes. Something fairly simplistic. Yeah, it should be an easy meal. And then over here, I keep forgetting to show this off, but this is the Hidden Woodsman M55 haversack. Beautiful pack. And yeah, I've been using this one constantly since I got it, and I forget to film it when I'm out here. So yeah, that's been my haversack for the last 3 months, I believe. Fire time. Just like last week, I gotta anchor my tinder bundle down. Hopefully this works. I could process this tinder just a little bit more so it's a little bit more beat up, a little bit more puffy. But let's just see how this goes. All right. A little ventilation, get some airflow. All right. Come on. Let's try with my damn hand. Whoa. Yes. As you can tell, my hand is starting to get stronger. The hand's still asleep, but I've been practicing a lot on kind of regaining the muscle. So I can still just do things out of memory. I know how to move my muscles. It's just that you got to get used to not being able to feel anything. So it's just like walking around with a numb hand. But the muscles had atrophied for a little bit. And we've just been putting a lot of effort in physical therapy and just kind of regaining that strength. So good stuff. And then I'm going to put some of this Fidelis Fire by Mantis Outdoors, just to keep this thing going. All right, folks, so my tent's been set up. I got the fire going. Now it's time to cool off a bit. It got pretty hot with all that activity, so it's last call somewhere in the world. Thank you for joining me, folks, as always. You can't beat that. So, nice and relaxing. So happy to be out here. Oh, also check out this hat. I got this hat a couple months back. I just haven't had a chance to use it because where I live, it's so damn hot. But this is the Willem Bear Buck Smoke hat. And this is probably the fanciest hat I've ever used. I'm very utilitarian, as you guys know. I tend to just have like a flat brim hat, you know, just for protection from the elements. This is the fanciest one. You know, this one's more of like a Rodeo King style, which is more, once again, fancier. It's kind of a little bit more on Cuervo's style. He's a little bit more flashy than me. But I just love the color of this one. It's like a grayish, but almost like an olive drab. And I didn't like the band that came with it, so I had gotten this band. It was like a cheapy band for like $10. And then I put my bullet here, my bullet casing, the shell, from when I did hunt that wild boar a couple years back. And so, yeah, really like this hat. Obviously, it's going to be more of a winter time kind of hat. It's too hot to be wearing felt hats in the desert until at least it cools off. But I knew it was going to be a lot cooler here. I know it's going to get a lot cooler at night. So I was like, let's take it out. Let's, you know, take it on its first adventure. So pretty snazzy, I got to say. Really liking it. All right, folks. So once this kind of calms down, the coals calm down a little bit, that's when I'm going to start chopping up veggies and all that stuff so I can start making our food. damn, that deer was like 30 feet away from me. He didn't even know I was here. And I got up and I tried to just film a little closer, and he got spooked and took off running. But beautiful animal. I even saw some wild horses on my way up this mountain earlier today. So cool, really, really cool stuff. Corvo and I actually, last time we camped together, when we were leaving, we actually saw a mother black bear and her cub crossing the road, and we just didn't, grab our cameras in time since our phones were charging. And that was just so beautiful. I mean, that's a scary thing because I'm out here by myself. I do have my pistol, but of course I would love to not kill a mother animal. So, I mean, hopefully the fire spooks them. I do have my pistol on me. I'll put it on right now. And if worst came to worst, I'm just going to run to my truck and hide in there. But anyways, I digress. So time to start chopping up some veggies. Today I'm going to be using my beautiful LT Wright knife. This is the Genesis in a flat grind, one of my favorite knives of all time. My favorite Kephart imitation of all time for sure. So look at that. Slices beautifully. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice and spicy. So I've had the potatoes, onions, and jalapenos cooking for quite some time. I did cheat with the onions because when you're one-handed, cutting onions is such an absolute pain. So I started taking the shortcut and just buying them already chopped. So yeah, with that being said, I kind of wait until the potatoes are kind of getting soft. There's one thing I hate when you eat potatoes. You make a stew or something and they're still stiff. I hate that. So I like to get them kind of somewhat soft before I throw in the meat, because the meat's the last thing you want to throw in, at least beef. So we're going to be cooking up USDA choice beef taco meat, carne asada marinade up to 10% solution. Simple stuff when you're balling on a budget. We're going to throw in this taco meat. I have been, as of 2 weeks ago, I was able to go back to the gym. The doctor let me start going back to the gym. And since then, I've been on like this health craze. getting proper sleep, cutting back on calories, cutting back on junk food, going to the gym every morning. And so I've cut out carbs for the most part. Obviously, I'm drinking beer, but like tortillas and sandwiches, burgers, potato chips. I've cut out all that stuff. I'm not like some super healthy James, but I would like to lose weight because I did get pretty fat since I was sitting around in my house for like 2 months. So I'm just gonna just eat this, with the spoon, and then we're gonna use a couple of these new spices that were sent to me by Rub and Brine. I've been using them already for a couple of weeks. Cazadores Asada. I like this one a lot. And then this one Bold Cat. So check out Rub and Brine. I'm not sure if they have a website yet. I'll verify on that. I believe they have an Instagram, and I really enjoy these. And then of course I have my basic salt and pepper, blackening kind of stuff. So once again, time to throw in some spices. Cazadores Asada. We don't need a lot because this was already marinated, the meat. So this is more for the veggies than anything. Now for the Rub and Brine, one Bold Cat. A little bit of salt. And some blackening. Once again, not a lot because the meat was already marinated. So there's not a lot that I have to do on my end. All right, food should be good to go. All right. All right, folks, so it is dinner time. Once again, it's like taco marinated type ground beef with some potatoes, jalapenos, onions, and some good spices in here. So let's take a taste test. Once again, I did forget a couple of things. I did forget tomatoes and garlic, but once again, it's gonna be fine. It's hot. But it's good. Good stuff. It's basically like right now it's kind of like a marinated picadillo, basically. But yeah, the potatoes are nice and soft. The jalapenos are nice and soft. It's got a good kick to it. It's not too crazy where you can't enjoy it and it's too spicy. Great stuff right here. Definitely some easy meal right here. If anything, I made a little too much. I'm used to cooking for 2 people with me and Cuervo. So if anything, I'll have some breakfast in the morning. Copico time. Whoops. Okay, so it should be cooled off by now, and I did forget to bring me a smaller mug, so this is gonna have to be my coffee cup. It's good. It's pretty good. I don't need a second packet. What I do like about these Copicos is that they have a pretty good flavor. They're not overwhelmingly sweet or anything like that. It's just the right amount, I like to think. And they're so lightweight, you can just pack a couple of these in your pack, in your haversack, keep them in your truck, stuff like that. And when you're traveling light on the go, this does the job just great. I like to think so. So I'll have the link in my Amazon store down below if you want to check these out. I'm a big fan of them. Of course, they're not going to be replacing like a more gourmet type of coffee. So Cuervo and I are planning to come and camp up here next week. Cuervo has not been to Cloudcroft all year, so we're going to come here in a couple of days, and we're going to take a break with the Copicos and get back to some nicer coffee, like the Noble ground coffee that we've been drinking lately. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, I didn't really film much last night. There wasn't really a lot to film. I was just enjoying the campfire, having some beers. Occasionally, I'd play a song on my phone. But since I've been going through a little bit more of a health nut type of phase, I've been working hard on changing my sleeping patterns, because I've always been a night owl. I've always been up to like 3, 4 in the morning, and I've been really working hard to go to bed before midnight and wake up at 5 so I could go to the gym. So, you know, I've had that pattern for a while, and that's why the last camping video and this one, man, by like 10 o'clock, I am already done. I'm already, you know, very tired, especially, you know, once you got a beer buzz, you know, it just kind of makes me drowsy. So, yeah, there wasn't much to film. It was just a lot of relaxation, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm so glad to be out here in this beautiful, cool weather, and I'm ready for autumn and winter, honestly. Well, it's about that time to start packing it on up. I wish I could remain longer, but it is what it is. It's just an overnighter. But before I pack it on up here, I just want to show you guys something pretty cool. So lately, when I've been camping solo, I've been taking a break from inflatable mattresses and inflatable pillows, because you kind of need two hands to use the flex tail to inflate and deflate. It gets pretty annoying. So I brought myself an actual pillow, and check this out. So we now sell pillow covers, and this one has the Cuervo Negro Stardust album cover. Now, this is his latest album, and it's a very peaceful, cozy album. It's very much at peace, and for lack of a better word, a very placid, serene album. And so our friend Audrey, who's an incredible artist, made that cover for Cuervo, that artwork. And what better place to put that album cover artwork than on a pillow, since it's very relaxing. And so I think it came out pretty damn cool, pretty nice. So once again, another shameless plug. If you're so inclined to pay a visit to our merch store, you can purchase one of these. I think we have other designs on pillow covers as well, like the fox skull as well. So yeah. But anyway, time to start packing things up. Well, everyone, that's about it for me. I'm all packed up and ready to start making my 2-hour drive back home. Thank you so much for joining me. This was such a relaxing, pleasant experience. And as you could tell, I am healing. Not only that, I'm feeling more confident, more motivated, more creative. And yeah, I'm just forever thankful for everyone who watches and, is here for the love and the encouragement. And I hope you enjoyed this video because I had a great time making it. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.